This is episode 3 of Wild Magnificent, which documents the third 10-day segment of our 35-day 2018 JMT adventure. In this episode, we hike from Middle Fork Trail Junction to Squaw Lake. Make sure to see all 4 episodes of Wild Magnificent. Thanks for watching. And good morning, everyone. It's our 20th day in the wilderness and actually our 16th day hiking the John Muir Trail. We only have 20 more days to go, honey, and we'll be at Yosemite.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It's September the 2nd, and we're heading up. Where are we going today?
We are going to LeConte, where we are going to pick up our resupply.
At the ranger station.
Near the ranger station,
yeah,
yes.
Near the ranger station at LeConte. And this is practically a Nero for us because how many miles up there?
We only have 3¼ miles to go to get there.
It'll be nice.
We slept late this morning.
How many hours sleep did we get last night?
I think about 10 or 11.
Yeah, it was a good night's sleep.
It was.
We had a beautiful campsite here at the Middle Fork of the Kings River. And I would highly recommend if you're hiking the JMT, if you get a chance to do that, spend the night at the Middle Fork of the Kings River because it's a beautiful place there. Got a sentinel tree, one of those gigantic, I don't know what they are, sequoia, lodgepoles or something, but I mean it was a humongous tree that kind of overlooks the entire campsite area just off the trail. It's 48 degrees this morning. 4 days to go until MTR, honey.
Yay.
The countdown has begun.
Hot springs.
Hot springs.
And a mattress.
And a mattress. And an indoor toilet.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're going to head out and we'll see you up at LeConte. Very good.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
Are you heading to the pass?
Not today.
Not today.
We're just doing LeConte today because we're getting resupplied there.
Resupply? How?
Mule.
Mule. From Bishop or something?
From Bishop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So where are you two
Israel.
from?
Israel.
Israel. Oh, awesome. Nice
are
to
you
meet
from?
you.
Nice to meet you too.
We're from Texas.
Texas. Nice.
Yeah. That's almost as big as Israel, isn't it?
Dallas.
Yeah, in the
Dallas
area.
area.
Yeah.
Israel is
Yes. How long? Yes, it is very tiny, isn't it?
So
That's
if you don't
strong.
mind me delaying you just a second, what in the world made you want to come and hike the John Muir Trail here in the United States?
good stuff.
What was the seed? What was the idea? Where did it get planted?
It's my birthday present.
Oh, it is. Congratulations.
I'm 40.
40.
Yeah.
No, over the hill shirt.
There you go. Now we got it.
Oh,
in this area.
Morning.
Hey, we're
See ya.
just up from us, honey.
Huh?
Just
They were just up from us.
the river.
We're here
from
throwing
you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we heard you guys playing
Getting
baseball.
underway again. So how far are you going today?
We're going to Helen Lake.
Helen,
Yeah.
you won't believe it.
That's what she was saying.
It is absolutely gorgeous up there. It's exposed, so there's not any trees up there,
Yeah.
but especially when you get up in the morning and the sunset tonight, oh my gosh,
Can't wait.
it is unbelievable.
Awesome.
Well,
Pretty
hit
excited.
Yosemite. No, not today.
Because
Okay.
we got our mule coming in.
Yeah, mule.
Oh, right on.
We got a 4-day mule resupply to get us over to Muir Trail Ranch, so we're gonna be able to soak in the hot springs.
Yes, very nice.
After 20 plus days on the trail, it'll be nice.
It'll feel really nice.
It's been a long time.
Are you guys enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, every day gets
step.
better.
I was gonna
I
say,
think going this way is the right way.
the reason I say that is this. You start right off with the views. You know, you get some views coming from the other direction, I'm sure. We haven't been, too far north of Edison because she got hurt, Lake Edison. But, I mean, you just start bang. And 360 views all day long, 24 hours a day. And when you start from the other end, you're a little more wooded. So obviously you don't get quite as much exposure to the high altitude.
Right.
Because this is the high end. The southern end is the high end.
We're
So
happy
good.
we did it this way.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you joined us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go do this together. Go. You lead, we follow.
There you go.
There you go.
That's right.
You only got 18 days to do this. We got another 20 to go, so we're doing good.
Enjoy. Well, you'll get to come back, maybe. You know, that's a good thing.
Yeah, be safe out there too. Huh? Oh, awesome. Well, talk about perfect timing.
This is Maggie. She's
Hi, Maggie.
a wonderful young lady that has brought us our food.
This is awesome.
And you'll take our trash? Yeah. Okay. So we'll dump.
So do we know the name of our mule? Buckaroo. And Sarah. So what time did you have to start down there to get up here?
I left our station at about 4:30.
4:30 this morning?
How can they see so well on the
All right, here we are at the beginning of Little Peat Meadow. On our way up to Big Peat Meadow. Since the mule resupply got there early, like 3 hours early, we decided we would press on past the LeConte Ranger cabin camp area and go on up to Big Peat Meadow. Okay, here we are. We're at Camp Goodrich, Big Peat Meadow. You see where our tent's set up there. got a nice little spot, and it's essentially about, literally, I'd say about 40 feet off of the JMT. Beautiful shaded spot in here. We've got our clothesline set up here. Did a little laundry this afternoon because we got into Big Peep about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is fairly early on our trip. Normally we're getting to camp between 3 and 4. The mileage that we're hiking. And as a bonus, in all wilderness camping, you want to try to be as close to the water as you possibly can, in case you want to stick your feet in to cool off after a long hot day's worth of hiking, or if you want to bring down a water bag, fill it up and go filter your water. You need to have some easy access to the water. So where are you coming from?
Coming from Moose Valley.
Okay, very good. Afternoon, how are you?
Fine, how about yourself?
Good. Where are you headed?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Bishop Pass.
Bishop Pass. All right, good. Enjoy. You're going to be on my YouTube video this year. Good evening. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
North or southbound?
We're northbound. Good evening. How we all doing? Good, good. Good evening. How are you? Looking good this evening. After dinner, we enjoy the wild, natural grace and God-given beauty of a four-legged wilderness family. We depart Big Pete Meadow at 9:07 for a 6-hour, 5-mile hike to Helen Lake. Our total elevation gain for the day will be a stout 2,400 feet. Nice little campground right there. That little slopey, a couple of spots there.
That makes sure
Pretty. Yeah. Good place to put your sun sleeves on, honey.
Yes, and take off my sun shirt, put on my sun sleeves, get a quick drink.
Yeah. made it to the Middle Fork of the Kings River crossing. Last year we had to wade across here, take our boots off and everything. You can see how low the water level is this year. We're going to stop here for a while and filter some water. It's 12:30. We started about 9 this morning, so it took us 3.5 hours basically to get up to here, about 3 miles. And that's what I was anticipating. We had a 1,500 foot climb up to this point from our camp down at Big Pete Meadow. So 15-foot elevation gain in about 3 miles. That's pretty strenuous up for us old people. I got a beautiful little stone bridge across the stream here. It's going up towards Helen Lake right there. Somebody did an awful lot of work to put this in here. Nice little meadow. 3/4 of a mile up from Middle Fork, crossing of the Kings River. Well, there's a little tarn or lake that we climbed past earlier. So we're looking back down the direction from which we came from. And we're heading up there. See Kath just ahead of me. All right. Just about at the top edge of the bluff. Here's the top of the waterfall we saw earlier. I think it's getting our first peak at Helen Lake.
Is that Helen Lake?
That's Helen Lake.
Okay, thank you.
You see where that guy's walking up there? You got to go up the trail there and all the way to the other end to get to the camping. We have made it to Helen Lake. 11,400 and something feet. And you can just get your first little peek there of Muir Pass. Alright, here is Kath and I's campsite from last year, about mid-lake, overlooking the entire lake. Absolutely beautiful view. I'm just hoping that the views when the sun comes up tomorrow are as pretty as what we had last year. Well, everybody listen there for just a minute and see if you can figure out why we're in our tent here. If you said raindrops, you are 100% correct, aren't they, honey?
They are.
And another God wink. I made a little prayer when I saw the skies getting darker as we were hiking up here to Helen Lake. And I just asked, because we have a loving God and a kind God, I said, can you please, if it's going to rain, God, just hold off until we get our tent set up? And how long have we had our tent set up, honey?
Oh, probably 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes, and it just started raining. So we've got everything under our rain fly. Everything's nice and dry. It can rain a little bit, and it's going to end up being dry. I'm going to spend the night here, and hopefully in the morning the rain will have passed, and we can go about our business and hike over Muir Pass tomorrow.
Yeah,
And I thought we had a pretty good day, honey.
we did. It was tough. I mean,
It's uphill,
it was uphill.
2,000-foot elevation gain from Middle. Where did we start? Big Feet Meadow. That was 4.7 miles, and it was basically 2,000-foot elevation gain. And we did it in about 6 hours. We're actually at the lake at Helen Lake here at 4 minutes after 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I was at the southern end of the lake. I hiked all the way to the northern end because the Bible, the JMT Atlas, was indicating that there were campsites at the end of the north end of the lake.
It lied.
Yeah, and it turned out that they weren't. I think they might have gotten wiped out. Last year's snow may have wiped out where the spaces were.
Yeah, because there was a bunch of rock there.
Yeah, rock and water. Yeah. So, Kat came back and found us this little site right along the edge of the lake, about a quarter mile from where we stopped there at the end of the lake. And we got a little bluff helping to block us here because it is kind of exposed up here, being only a mile below Muir Pass and 500-foot elevation below. So we can hunker down here and be very comfortable if we have to. We've got our little vegetables in the tent this year in this Z-Pack triplex, and actually do a little cooking underneath the vestibule flies there. So here we are at beautiful Lake Helen. It's day 18 on the JMT, which means today marks our halfway mark for days on the trail. We have 18 more days to go. I want to show you what a beautiful spot Lake Helen is. See the reflection in the lake. Always beautiful sunrises and sunsets here, and the weather's clear. You can see Camp Goodrich down there, parked up against that little bluff. We needed a little protection last night. We got in about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon and got the tent set up finally after a little bit of messing around 4. About 4:15 we had about a 2-hour thunderstorm. Little tent held up well, and here we are this morning, looking good, getting ready. And right there where you can see that little V right there, that is Muir Pass right there to the right of that bigger mountain on the left. The little V, Muir Pass. There's Muir Hut up there. We're 1.2 miles from the top up there where Muir Hut is, and we'll be departing here in about 45 minutes or so to hike up there. Hope you're enjoying this today, and I want you to enjoy the conquering of Muir Pass with me. Got about another 200 feet to go. Beautiful day up here. Last year was pretty cloudy and windy. We did pretty good. This was going to take us an hour to get up here. It only took us about 45 minutes. Muir Hut. The iconic Muir Hut. Absolutely. Only if I can get a picture of them with my camera. And you two are?
Ted
and
Carrie.
And Carrie, you're going to be in my 2018 YouTube video.
Oh, cool.
So Ted and Carrie from where?
Well, we worked together in New Hampshire for 21 years.
Okay.
And then my wife got a new job in Denver, so I've been there for a year and a half.
Okay.
And now we're back together for a reunion, you know.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Did
I'm
you guys?
still in New Hampshire.
And you're still in New Hampshire.
Yes.
Have you both done a lot of hiking then prior to this?
Yeah.
Yes, but none in the Sierra.
Oh, none in the Sierra. This first time then.
Absolutely.
Well, this is our second time to Muir Hut in the last 2 years.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, so
Lucky you.
yeah, we're very fortunate. Being retired,
Yeah.
every day's a Saturday, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
But
I'm going to go grab my headband
Okay.
for our.
Oh,
for
we
our
should
picture.
show it
Yeah.
into the video.
yeah, absolutely.
We got
Oh,
these
that
made
is
up,
cool.
so that's what you're going to take
That
pictures of.
is so cool. Carrie and Ted JMT 2018. That is awesome. Oh yeah. All right, Carrie. I love those
How's that?
headbands. That is absolutely awesome. All right, I asked Ted, and he said it was your idea to hike the JMT.
Yes.
Where did that seed or germ come from?
A friend of mine, Liz Laverack, suggested it about 7-8 years ago, and sent me the Wink guide, and we dreamed about it for years. And unfortunately, she developed a health problem that we thought was going to be temporary, but it didn't improve enough for her to be able to do it. So the dream was kind of on the back shelf for a while.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what got me thinking about it. Again, I
Well,
guess just as you got more into hiking, I thought,
Yeah.
oh, Ted's not working much.
That's right.
Maybe he could do it. I
Exactly.
mean, obviously, when we were working together, we never
Yeah.
could have both taken
Right.
this time off. So
Oh, we are
living the dream.
So this sign you see right here for Muir Hut was actually on the inside last year, and they've actually moved it outside, so I don't know whether they have something new on the inside or not. All right, here's the entrance. See the door there. And this is John Muir, lover of the Range of Light. This shelter was erected through the generosity of George Frederick Schwartz, 1931 Sierra Club, U.S. Forest Service.
They did put a new
Oh, they did. Oh, before you guys go, I want you to be part of my 2018 YouTube video.
Absolutely.
So could you get a little bit more on this slide here, because my camera will work a lot better capturing your faces. All right, from left to right, you guys start with just the first name is all I need.
I'm Sean.
Sean?
Brendan.
Brendan?
Derek.
Derek. Now, where'd you start?
So we started in North Lake. We're doing a small loop for a 5-day loop.
Oh, good. And where are you going to go out at then?
South Lake.
South Lake.
Yep.
What was the germ or the seed that got planted for you three guys to get together and do this?
Him. Yeah. So
You again?
Me? Yeah. I decided. I told him I'm going no matter what. So if you want to come, come.
Awesome. And you guys bought it.
Yeah. He bought into it last week.
Oh, yeah.
2 days before we left.
Oh, good. Good. So, each one of you, what kind of experiences has it been so far?
Oh, it's been epic. It's been great. Fishing's killer. Fishing's amazing.
Oh,
It's a fishing trip.
fishermen.
Yes, it's a fishing trip.
Okay. So, one more question. I thought I had one more that I wanted to ask you guys. Oh, yeah. Where are you all from?
Ridgecrest. We're all from Ridgecrest.
Oh, Ridgecrest.
Yep.
Awesome.
So this is our backyard.
Have you been lifelong friends, or is it just relatively?
We all met in the last 3 years or so.
Yeah.
Is that they put a brand new plaque in here this year. Beautiful. I don't know who paid for this, but it's gorgeous. National Park Service Centennial, it says at the bottom, August 25th, 2016, Sierra Club. Always admire the construction of this hut and the interior.
Nice meeting you guys, and congratulations. Have fun.
That's something. Perfect. I got it all on tape, honey. A perfect butt drop.
Perfect butt drop.
Now the question is, can you get up from there?
Of course I can get up from here.
All right. Thank you, Danielle, for all those core exercises. Yeah. Awesome, honey. So we get a lot of questions from our friends and neighbors about how isolated we are out here and whether or not we even see anybody for days on end on the trail. And the truth be told, some days you may not see anybody, but most days you're going to see multiple people out here, either going the same direction you are or going opposite from you. So today what I'm going to try to do is to capture everybody that we see on video. Morning. Alright, last little set of switchbacks here, then we'll be running right along the edge of Sapphire Lake. Look at the color of that water down there. Well, Kath and I just put a rain gear on. Actually started off not so much as light rain, but light sleet or ice pellets. And we're going to continue on. Not counting the 5 groups of hikers that camped at Evolution Lake North that night, we saw 43 people living their dream on today's hike. Alright, that big blackness you see back there is where we just were coming down from Sapphire Lake, up from down from Muir Pass, Wanda Sapphire, and maybe coming this direction. So we're just about at our campsite, another 15 minutes. Hopefully we can get our tent set up. Well, here it is, second afternoon in a row. We're down at Evolution Lake North at our camp spot, and we got in just in the nick of time again. We got here about 10 minutes before the rain started. I'll let you listen to a little bit of it. Now, I don't know whether you can see it out there through our screen, but we're getting some pea-sized hail out there right now. Probably hear it too. Sounds a little heavier than just regular raindrops. Sun just started peeking through some of those gray clouds over there, and it just lit up this wall across the lake here from us. Wow. Majestic. Sunset's going to be absolutely gorgeous. What are you eating?
My breakfast, I'm eating a Go macro. bar.
Oh, mackerel bar. And the reason she has to wait to eat her mackerel bar is not because I make her wait.
He's so mean to me.
I know. She has to take her mayonnaise, and then she has to wait an hour before she can eat. Right, honey?
That's right.
So what did you tell us about the weather yesterday, honey?
It was beautiful in the morning and early afternoon. And then we saw the storm clouds start to roll in. Got into our campsite about 2, and about 2:15 the hail started. So we were already set up. It was great. Perfect timing. God is good. And then it cleared up and it was really nice for a while. We had a beautiful sunset, lots of colors, very calm. And then we got into bed and just starting to fall asleep, and the wind started just howling, and the tent started shaking and flapping, and Sam had to get up and go out and reset some of the rocks because we had to do a big rock, little rock setup last night. And when he did that, it held. I mean, it really blew hard, probably 30-mile-an-hour gusts.
At least, yeah.
And that lasted for about an hour, and then it got very quiet
again.
And
We
slept very hard.
Slept
But it was cold. It was with the wind chill probably in the high 20s.
I'd say 20s.
Yeah.
37 degrees this morning when we got up. So
inside the tent.
Inside the tent, correct. All right. Well, now what are we going to do today, honey?
We are hiking to Goddard Trail Head and Goddard Canyon Trailhead.
Right.
And it's about 8 miles, but it's all downhill. Part of it is a very gentle downhill, and part of it is rock, big steps, switchbacks, icky stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make it.
We are.
And the key word for the day is?
Tomorrow is MTR.
One day to MTR Day.
Yay!
That's called Hiker Christmas when you're out on the Sierra Nevada Trail. And you've been on the trail now for 19 days today. All right, we got our serious descent into the Evolution Basin. You can see we're starting to break out here now, getting back down in the tree level again. I know. Well, I thought the Fort Worth Arboretum was natural too.
Well, I'm sure they had some help playing human planting as opposed to God planting.
Yeah, nothing like a log water crossing to get your blood pumping in the morning. How we doing this morning? Living the dream. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Morning. All right, here we are. This is, pretty sure this is Colby Meadow. We had some reports earlier from some other hikers that there were deer out this morning. And I can't really see any right now. There's the hermit guarding everything. Here's these little birdies down there tweeting away. Alright, we're getting ready to break out here. And again, there aren't any signs on these meadows, but I'm thinking that this is McClure Meadow, the big dude. It's the bigger of the two meadows that's shown on our trail maps. Alright, just talked to Ranger Victor. Up there, he had a great sign outside of his door there. Talk about what his schedule was and then what the weather was going to be throughout the week. Halfway to the Goddard Canyon Trail Junction Camp, we meet trail angels Nina and Nancy, who bless our entire day by giving us chocolate chip cookies. They tell us that they regularly bring their own special brand of trail magic out on the JMT. You want to see a lot of smiles and a quirky kind of humor? Visit their Facebook page, Senior Muir's Taco Hut. What a blessing. Thank you, Nina and Nancy, for all that you do. Well, we just finished lunch. Two lovely trail angels, the name of Nancy and Nina, had chocolate chip cookies to give to us, which is a wonderful surprise. And they do this kind of thing, they said, on a regular basis. Alright, Cass, a little bit ahead of me here on the Evolution Creek crossing. I'm going to follow her. This is like about the shallowest part of it right here. There's Kath on the switchback below me. Nice little switchback. One of the best photos I took last year was Kath going by these 4 trees right here. Gonna do it on video this year. Awesome, honey. As you can see the shale rock here. Trail so far hadn't been too bad, but there's been some spots in it with that smaller pieces of shale. And you have to be very careful with your feet. You can already start seeing the campground area down there below us. But it's still a little ways down there. It's like taking an aerial photo of the campground from where we're at right now.
I like
From the satellite, yeah. Campground, trailhead, here's the bridge. On the other side is the road to Muir Trail Ranch. And I believe this is Florence Creek, I'm not 100%.
We meet Tom from Indiana in camp. He was also blessed by a chocolate chip cookie courtesy of Nina and Nancy's Trail Magic. We have a nice conversation with Tom about the trail and his family before retiring to dream about our arrival at Muir Trail Ranch tomorrow. Hiker Christmas. We break camp at 9 a.m., say goodbye to fellow dreamer Tom, and hit the trail at 9:32 a.m. Visions of Muir Trail Ranch and hot springs are all the motivation we need.
Alright, we just crossed the bridge at Goddard Canyon Trail. Oh, and there goes a deer right across in front of us here. How about that? Early in the morning, that's when you see them. Early in the morning and late afternoon, early evening. Going down to get a drink out of the stream down there. Alright, a little break out here along the trail. A few minutes down the road from the Florence Lake Trail head, which takes us to MTR. Another gate. You're awesome. You're the Uber gatekeeper.
Feel free to pass us when you...
Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. First bridge of the day. I think there's 3 or 4 bridges along this trail from what I remember. And I do believe that this is a San Joaquin River, South Fork or something, San Joaquin. And hikers always love a good bridge, because you don't have to take your boots off and walk across all the water. Yeah, pretty little walk here for a mile, maybe 2 miles along the edge of the river here. And again, could be wrong. I think this is a San Joaquin. Probably am wrong. But anyway, beautiful. Hey, how are you? Where you headed? Okay, MTR? We're going to be down there this afternoon. Thank you. All right, Kath and I picked a great little lunch spot. Pretty close to the Blackwoods Pass water crossing, on Blackwoods Pass Junction water crossing down here. And once we get there, we only have about 3.3 miles to go to MTR. What are we having for lunch, honey?
The only thing we have left.
Yeah, which is?
Peanut butter crackers, we each get 3, and we each get a half of a Pro Bar.
Half a Pro Bar and peanut butter crackers.
Can't
So
go wrong.
Sounds like a good hiker lunch to me.
Yep.
So I would say the boys, when they came out here and cleared out the trail, and the ladies probably too, needed one of those 10-foot timber saws to cut that baby. And I don't know how in the world they roll that big chunk down there. That looks like about 10 men and a small boy would be required to move that baby. But they cleared the trail. Looks good. All right, we have another fork in the road, and we're going to have to use those finely honed hiker's senses again to detect where we might want to go. We've got to start looking around for some kind of indication about which direction is the proper direction. And what do I see? Another sign. Okay, so we made the determination we're going to continue following the Muir Trail Ranch arrows. And here we are at the front door of MTR. Woohoo! You made it, honey. And you can see the little gate. It's like somebody left the gate ajar. Yeah, or somebody just came through and didn't close it. And there it is. Muir Trail Ranch, open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Glad to be here. Here's the stables. Backpackers, welcome to Muir Trail Ranch. Ring the bell for assistance with your resupply. Someone will be here to help you. Thank you for your cooperation. Hey, buddy. Yeah, outward hound. She like you.
Oh.
Yeah, you're in your
You're
own
having fun.
goodie. Oh yeah, okay. Alright.
Yep.
You made it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna go through here. Alright, here we are at the hiker boxes. commercially packaged foods, oatmeal, Seal Mountain House Backpacker Pantry,
Here's drinks.
home packed food products.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunscreen, batteries, clothing, books and maps. All right, Kath has us checked in, and we can see we're going down the row of cabins. We found cabin number 4, Lucky 4. Uh-oh, we get a double booking here.
Good?
I have your guys' cabins mixed up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
So,
There's nothing like 3 weeks in the wilderness to help you appreciate how good you have it in modern life. Things like electricity, a warm bed, indoor plumbing, and running water. I will get my first shave in 24 days. Here's my before, and here's the after. Count your blessings.
All right, here we are, dinner. Dinner at MTR. Wonderful. Already got a banana, stuck it in my pocket.
and I have a peach and
Cat got a peach. Stuffed.
maybe.
Hiker dinner.
The hiker you see to my left has hiked the full JMT both directions. She has also hiked the PCT. Her trail name is Catwater. We visit with Catwater and her good friend Maureen at dinner and pick her hiker brain about anything and everything. I have immense respect and hiker awe for someone who has done what she has done. What a privilege and pleasure it was to visit with her.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. You're recording your dinner. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
absolutely. This is a once in a lifetime thing. You don't just hike the John Muir Trail every week, you know.
This is my 6th time on the trail.
Ah,
my
Doesn't
okay.
have to be. It doesn't have to be. Once in a
Yeah.
lifetime.
Awesome.
Because it's pretty spectacular, right?
Well, when you get to be 71 years old, you don't know how many years you got left.
64. That's the way I feel.
Carried him to Forest Lake.
You guys might
No,
be
but
there
when
in a
you,
while.
on your bucket. Yeah, my buckets. I drove them up to Forest Lake this time. No, last time. I drove my buckets up to Forest Lake.
What a great night's sleep. As you can tell, I'm in my bed, and Kat is tucked in like a tick over there in her bed. It was a wonderful night, wasn't it, Mom?
It was good dinner.
Yeah, what was that? Stuffed pork loin? What was that?
I don't know. It was either pork or turkey.
Yeah. Anyway, we had a wonderful dinner last night at MTR. And we came home about 8, because that's the time we're normally going to bed on the trail. And went right to bed and slept straight through. 6 o'clock. Electricity just came back on. I think they turned it on around 5. So you got electricity during the day until about 10 o'clock at night, I think, and then they turned it off to save their generator and to save power and to save money. So we'll be going over to eat breakfast here in about an hour. I think around 7 o'clock is when they said they start serving breakfast again.
Coffee.
And coffee. We gotta have our coffee. But just to show you around a little cabin, you can see the construction on this. I don't know whether I gave it up last night, yesterday when we got in. Look at that roof on that thing. Talk about some big logs. But I think they have about 8, right, of these cabins, 8 or 9 maybe a couple more. And we're staying in cabin number 4. So looking forward to our 0 day today. That's the big deal. This is our 24 days in the wilderness, and we finally get a 0 day on the 25th day. So we'll take all day off today, at least in the hiker, what we call an off day for hikers, which means no hiking. But we're going to be doing a lot of chores like drying out the tent, cleaning out the tent, washing clothes. We've already done our resupply bucket and stuffed the bear canisters with the resupply bucket. So we have a few things to do to get organized and get ready to depart tomorrow to hike the remainder of our trip up to Happy Isles and Yosemite Valley.
Must be coffee time. Coffee, coffee, coffee. It's a pretty good looking spread there too.
I'll use sugar.
Okay, thank you. And I just want to give my compliments to the cooking staff back here. You guys did an outstanding job this morning, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you as well.
All right, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight and tomorrow morning. Tonight and tomorrow morning, yes.
We will see you then.
All right, very good. Thank you.
When we get back to our cabin, I heat up some water on our camp stove, and Kath begins washing clothes in our empty resupply bucket. I'm going to take you on a quick orientation tour of the layout of MTR, and then return to help Kath and do the rest of my 0 day chores. We start at the south end of the ranch, looking across the San Joaquin River. There is a hiker campground and natural hot springs across the river. As we move up Main Street to the north, the laundry is located on the right. It has cold water, clothes washers, and several clotheslines. Getting back on Main Street, we proceed north. Guest cabins are on our left. When we get to the MTR flagpole, the hiker resupply building and resupply area are located to our south. We wander through the small MTR store. On the east side of the store is a water bottle spigot. Continuing on north, we pass the cookhouse on our left. And enter the guest lounge. Exiting the north side of the lounge, Main Street takes us to the first of two guest-only hot spring spas. Ah. The interior of each spa is a thing of beauty, and the 105-degree water incredibly relaxing and invigorating. On the hill across from the hot spring spas is the chef's house. This concludes the quick tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch the comprehensive MTR tour, find our video MTR tour on this channel. After talking with Miriam, Ken, and Barb, I do some more wandering around MTR to capture the natural, wild beauty of the ranch. Enjoy. After dinner that night, the MTR cook staff let us know that this is the final dinner of the 2018 hiking season. The chefs recognize all the cook staff, we have dessert, and Kath and I retire to our last night in a real bed for the next 11 days.
All right, here we are, state number 26, I believe. We got 15 days to go on our adventure, and we're standing just outside of our cabin here at Muir Trail Ranch. We're getting ready to take off on the next leg of our 2018 adventure. And where are we going today, honey?
We are going to Muir Lake.
Muir Lake. That sounds like a beautiful place, which it is. But there's just one small catch up there, honey.
Yeah, we have to go up like what, 3,000 feet
3,000 feet, yeah, just climbing all the way until we go over Selden Pass, and then we go down just a hair to Muir Lake. But it looks like it's going to be another gorgeous day.
Yes.
Clear blue skies. Temperature's already warmed up enough. Neither one of us are wearing our puffies, so we're ready to go. And let's go get them.
All right.
All right. So we just finished our first mile on our climb up out of Muir Trail Ranch. You can see the Florence Lake sign and a little MTR action right above it there. Somebody scratched in there. So it's a mile essentially down to MTR from here. It's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. We started at 8:25 from the front gate of the ranch. So it's taken us about 45, 50 minutes. About an hour and a half in. Got another nice little breakout view. And we're still hiking through the hedgerows. All right, 2 hours and 45 minutes in, and we hit the first level piece of hiking that we've had in the last 2 hours and 45 minutes, because it's all been up until right now. I think we're pretty close to Sanger Creek. I don't know whether this is it or not. There's more water up ahead. Had to do a little boulder hopping here to get across. And Kath is on the other side over there. She just called out for a pack break, which I am totally in compliance with. It's been a long, hard slog up from MTR. Good spot, honey. Are we ready to take a back break?
That last little section is so nice.
It's pretty, isn't it?
You know, it's
Yeah.
a little up, but it's forested.
Yeah, shady. Yep. And what do we have? A sign. All right, we're leveled out again. Climbed up to that forested area. Leveled out. Probably about a mile from Sally Keys. We got a little small meadow and some water. Like another rock hopping adventure here. All right, we've actually started into our 4th hour on our way to Sally Keys Lakes. We went up a little ridge line and then back down again. And now we're back in the woods, hiking merrily along. Howdy. Excuse me? Yes, it's called Sam Goodrich. Oh, you have? Well, that's awesome. Let me get a name so I can put you in my 2018 YouTube movie.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you
yeah,
too.
I've seen some of your stuff.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized her.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah,
So what's your name?
Lance Nakata.
Lance Takata.
Yeah.
And where are you from, Lance?
That's my Korea. We're both from San Diego, and we're
Oh,
doing.
cool. That's my wife's birthplace there, San Diego.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing the northbound.
Northbound JMT?
JMT started on the 26th.
Oh, good. And when are you going to finish? When do you think you're going to finish, Lance?
We started at the 19th, but we moved it to the 21st.
Oh man,
Just,
you're going to be
give-
finishing about the same time we are.
Oh yeah. Just to give-
22nd for us.
22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. We moved it, added a couple more days,
That's
just to give us a couple
smart.
more days to
Yeah, absolutely.
zero out someplace.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
far, we haven't had any zeros.
No zeros yet?
Not yet. We
No?
we're gonna do like a get into VVR tomorrow.
Yeah, EVR.
How about you guys?
Hiker friendly. Well, we stopped at NTR.
Oh, you did?
So we took our zero at NTR.
Man, it's nice meeting you. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You produce some really good videos.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you. We're going to do another one this year, and you're going to be in it, Lance. And I'm sorry, what's your name again? Mike. Okay, Mike. You're going to be in it too. Everybody that I meet on the trail this year is going to be in my video.
Oh, man.
So,
Yeah.
pleasure.
Nice meeting you
Pleasure.
again.
Yeah, we'll probably
put out
see you guys on the trail there
Put
then.
out some good content, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's helping. We'll see you guys. Take care.
Take care.
You
That's
bet.
the trail, man.
Well, here we are 15 minutes later from where we thought we were going to see the lake. Now we're finally there. The first one is Sally Key's right going this direction. And on the left over there, you can't see it yet because it's still a little bit above us and behind the trees, but it's actually two lakes here. And by that little tree right there is where we had lunch last year. This year we're going to go across the water crossing. And then we're going to have lunch on the other side over there in the shade. There's a couple of nice little camping slash picnic slash just shady areas over there. Beautiful though. All right, go.
For me, it was just to be able to get out here and see the trail, see the backcountry and stuff that I've never seen before. And
How did you find out about the JMT? YouTube, or was it somebody you worked with?
Cross-referencing between all different sources, YouTube,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other stuff. But you know, up until like 2 years ago, I didn't even know what the JMT was. A friend of mine, when I started getting into hiking around the house, both Mike and I are retired firefighters.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your service,
Sure,
both of
you're
you.
welcome.
That's
You're
awesome.
welcome. So, you know, being retired or transitioning the retired life, needed to take up another hobby, and backpacking or hiking was that.
Yeah.
And so with that, it was just kind of a natural progression into this. A friend of mine asked me, you got to do the JMT. And I didn't even know what she was talking about. I didn't even know what the JMT was.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, probably Google JMT. And then from that, went into YouTube videos and then all the other stuff. And then the more I watched it, you know, and the more I just, you know, including your videos. There's a lot of great content out there.
There is.
There you go. You took your glasses off. Now you can really see it. And then with that, it was just like, you know, just had to get out here.
You got the dream, you got the bug. See, that's just like us. We got the dream, and once you start seeing that stuff and you learn a little bit more about it, you want to go, wow, that's something I want to do.
It is,
You know.
for sure.
All right, Mike, your turn.
Well, I've been hiking most of my life, growing up, and Boy Scouts and with the family, and I've done Whitney before, and I've always looked over to the other side, and you know, I knew
Saw
there
that
was a
trail
trail
down
over
there?
those
Yeah.
lakes. I always wanted to go to those.
Yeah.
And then I learned about the JMT. I'm retired now, and I have time finally. The kids are out of the house,
Yeah.
and I just want to take advantage of the time.
That's awesome. That
And
is
I've
awesome.
spent very little time around Yosemite, and this just is perfect.
It is. That
Starts
is.
At Whitney and ends in
Yeah.
Yosemite, and I can't think of a better route to take.
Absolutely. Now, remind me again, you guys are going to be finishing when?
The plan is the 21st.
21st.
21st, we started on the 21st, right? We started on the 26th, and we're going to
26th.
end on the
21st.
21st.
And are you going into VVR? Are you
We're
going
going
to
into
do that?
VVR
Oh, good.
to take, going in there tomorrow. We're trying to set up for that today. Go as far as we can
Yeah.
to make tomorrow easier,
Yeah.
and then go in there just to make it like a day and a half and just zeroing, because we haven't had that yet.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah, we do.
And,
Trust me.
and,
You know.
and if you don't know, you realize that when you walk in there, when you go to the store, the very first thing, you drop your pack, you go into the store and you tell them you're ready for your free beer, because the first beer's on them.
I think they do a free slice of pie too.
Well, they might.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I went in there last year. I actually chunked off a piece last year,
Uh-huh.
and went from Reds to VVR back to Reds.
Oh, okay.
And I think they comp in addition to the beer a slice of pie. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun of YouTube. You get all kinds of comments.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Everything we say is true. So
Yeah, that's
you
right.
See it on YouTube. It's
Exactly. Well, see, last year, that's where she got hurt, was right there before we got down to Lake Edison.
Oh, yeah.
And we had to go off trail at DVR, so we got her on the ferry and sent her down lake, and then I had to go back and get the packs. Actually, got her pack down there. But then I had to go back, because I carried her pack down to the ferry land, and then I had to go back and get mine. And then I hiked in, and she was already sitting there with a pina colada, and they'd given her aspirin and propped her foot up.
Now,
So.
last year you did the traditional happy isles to Whitney.
No, we started at Horseshoe Meadows, and yeah, we're doing exactly what we did last year, but our hiker brain is bigger. She's carrying about 13 or 14 pounds less in her pack, and we tailored all of our mileage this year. We're not doing any more than 8 or 9 miles a day, because she hurt her foot, and ended up, we didn't know it at the time when we got off last year, but she actually had a stress fracture in one of her feet, and it was just because of the weight and the pounding.
Yeah.
So we got, we got smart about that, and I'm carrying all the food this year, so I just loaded up at MTR. I got 7-day food supply in there for both of us in there.
I didn't see the deli. We must have passed it that you got that sandwich from.
That's MTR.
That's MTR.
When you stay there, if you stay there as a guest, in the morning when you get up and you get breakfast in the morning, because they make breakfast for you, they have this huge lunch board that they set out, and it's got like 8 or 9 different kinds of bread, 6 or 7 different kinds of meat.
All right, stop it. We've had nothing but trail food.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
That's
a little bit of torture.
Well, you're going to VVR. You'll be able to go in the restaurant there. Yeah.
Oh, VVR is really nice. I
Yeah.
haven't been to MTR yet, but VVR is.
Yeah. You can order one of those hiker breakfasts in the morning.
Oh, with the big pancakes.
Yeah.
There? That's what I want. I got a big head.
There you go.
Awesome. Let's take lunch, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, this is a good spot for it if you're going to eat lunch. Yeah, we're
You guys
going
mind
to.
us coming in on board here?
All right, there's a pretty good view. There's the Sally Keys Lakes, the one on the right and the one back there on the left. You can see that little peninsula of pine trees that separates the two. Beautiful day. Next significant landmark, about 30 minutes after we left the Sally Keys punch site, it's Heart Lake. Can't really tell the shape from right here at the southern end of the lake. But when I get up a little bit higher there in the bluff at the north end of the lake, I'll be able to give you a good view. Alright, there's a pretty good look at the shape of Squaw Lake. Beautiful little lake. You can see the shape of the heart here from up above it here, north of it, looking back down to the south. Alright, there's a pretty clear view right there, unobstructed view of Selden Pass. You see that little bitty notch in the rocks up there. The bad thing is that last 200, 250 feet of climb basically starts at the end of this little valley here, and it's just up, up, up again until you get to the top of the pass. Okay, 7 hours and 20 minutes after we left Muir Trail Ranch this morning. We're now closing in on the top of Selden Pass. Why don't you come along and join me for the final 50 to 75 feet. And 7 hours and 20 minutes included a 45-minute lunch break down there at Sally Keys Lakes. Yay! That's all I have left in me. That was the last yay. Gotta get some pictures now. Kath is up here, feeling in fine spirits. She beat me by about an hour up here.
It was about 3 minutes.
Okay, top of Selden Pass, 10,900 and something feet. Find the sign if they have one. Actually, looking down that way is the side we came up from. That's looking south. You can see a good chunk of Heart Lake. Beautiful mountains there. All right, here we are on our descent down from Selden Pass to Muir Lake. So right at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was telling Kath, about 6/10 of a mile there to where we're going to be camping out, so we should have the tent pretty much ready to go and up about 4:30. They're shortly thereafter. First of all, I want to thank the Lord that Kath was not hurt. She just did a face plant here on the trail right next to the lake, and when she went down, I thought for sure she'd broken something. And the amazing thing is, she bumped her head, she said. There's no cut, and everything else, all the moving parts, are completely normal. So, I'm gonna give thanks where thanks is due that she was not injured, because it was a pretty serious stumble. And it's a good indication we probably overdid it today, because when you get tired, just when those kind of things happen where your feet just don't pick up properly, and you end up catching a toe, and down you go. Day 26, we've got 14 days to go until we're in Yosemite, so we're getting excited, aren't we?
Yeah.
And where did we spend the night last night?
At Muir Lake.
Muir Lake, which you can see behind us there.
So gorgeous.
Okay, as you can see, it's only been about 10 minutes since we started down from Muir Lake, and we're starting to get down into the more wooded area of the trail there, so to descend back into the tree line. The last little glimpse there of some unobstructed views of the mountains around us. And pretty much line this canyon that we're going to be walking down today on both sides, so even though you won't be able to see too much of them through the trees, they are there. But it is nice. Captain always comment on the difference of topography and geography and all that stuff when you're hiking. It's nice to get back down into the trees after you've been above the tree line for Oh wow. Yeah. And here we have a little sign in the meadow. Rose Lake that way. We're not going to Rose Lake though. We're staying on the JMT, which means we're going to the right. Meadow on rotation schedule, whatever that means. And that looks like a pretty good place to take a pack break right there. And there's a view for you. All we need is Bambi, and it would be perfect. Yep. All right, here's the trail junction for Sandpiper Lake. And you can also see Lou Beverly Lake is in that same direction up there. We're not going there today, but it's about 1.8 miles down from Muir Lake to this point. And we've been on the trail now for a little over an hour and 10 minutes or so. Next stop will be Bear Creek, which is another mile down the road from here. Morning. I thought I was hiking the JMT and I saw a dance break out back there.
We were dancing.
All right, we just crossed the water crossing at Bear Creek, and there you can see the sign Pacific Crest Trail. We're going that direction. Pacific Crest Trail and the JMT are basically united here at this point, and for quite a bit of the way. So we're proceeding on down into the valley. The next geographic point we'll cross will be Lake Italy, which is 1.3 miles ahead. And then after that, we will have 1.8 miles to go to Bear Creek Trail. This is our second big water crossing for the day. I say big, we're not very big this year. Cap is just about done. Now it's my turn. Living the dream. You're on the right track. Selden Pass that way. You can't miss it. And here's the Lake Italy Trail. So another 1.3 miles down the road, right on schedule. Next stop will be the Bear Creek Trail. And that's going to be about an hour and 15 minutes from here. So we should be there having lunch at the Bear Creek Trail at about 12:30. Right, Kath and I found a lovely little spot to spend the night here at near the Bear Creek Trail, and we're going to be proceeding up over Bear Ridge tomorrow and down to Lake Edison and on to Muir Pass Trail Junction in the JMT. Be a little over 8 miles. We took it easy on ourselves today because yesterday was a very strenuous day for both of us, climbing up out of Muir Trail Ranch all the way to Marie Lake. 3,000 foot elevation change there. It's a pretty strenuous work all day. So here's our campsite area. It's actually pretty good size. This is about the most level spot that we could find. We got in early enough today. It was around, I think, 1:45 or so, where we were able to set up a camp and go down and soak our feet, and then took a little nap. We just got up from taking a nap. We've got our clothesline set up over here, drying out some things, some hiking socks and towels and that kind of stuff. And the river, I'm going to walk you down here. It's right down the slope here from where we're camped out, maybe 80 feet, 90 feet. This is where we came down and soaked our little tootsies this afternoon after we got in. Got some perfect places here to be able to sit comfortably on a little sit pad and stick your feet in the water. Kath and I both had our feet in the water down there. You see the stream there flowing down through this section of the trail. And it's coming up on 4:39. So in about 15 or 20 minutes, we're probably going to cook an early dinner and get to bed a little bit early tonight. Get up around 5 tomorrow because we do have a little longer day planned for tomorrow. And proceed on over to the junction there of Muir Pass, just past Lake Edison. Look at this little baby fir tree growing here. It's amazing. This is his brother. Little guys, some days want to grow up and be like their brothers, those big guys. So you can see here I took one of Kath's trekking poles and used some of my shock cord that I used to tie up some of my gear, and link that all together and just put a couple of pieces of shock cord around each one of these trees and ran a trekking pole through there. Makes for a nice little way to hang your water bags up when you're doing some filtering. Just a little idea. Alright, honey. seconds to go.
Uh-oh. 3,
2, 1.
1. Dinner's ready.
Dinner's ready. What are we having?
We're having chicken noodle casserole.
Chicken noodle casserole, one of my favorites. In fact, I've got a whole bottle of Tabasco sauce here to doctor that chicken noodle casserole up with. Need a cup, honey?
I have one.
She has a cup. So the rules are Kat gets to dish hers out. You get to take as much as she needs. And then she gives me the rest of the pot, and I put my load of Tabasco sauce in there. It's good.
This is one of the few mountain house meals that does not have soy in it.
No soy.
Here, I'll give this.
Okay.
And this is one of the mountain house ones that's big. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah. There's enough for two. I said keep shoveling.
One more spoonful. The bottom thing is gone, but you can set it over.
Chicken casserole. There's lots of noodles.
I pray for the good Lord to protect us both from injury as we set out on the trail this morning. Last year, it was on this leg of our hike over Bear Ridge to Lake Edison that Kath hurt her ankle and foot, and we had to abandon our adventure.
All right, here we are on day 24 on our JMT adventure. It's about 7:10 in the morning. Going to get a little bit of an earlier start today. We have a little bit further to go. And what's the plan for today, honey?
Up for 3 miles and down for 5.
There you go.
Or 6.
That's pretty much the plan. We're
Yeah.
starting here at Bear Creek Trail Campground, which is actually located past the intersection there that takes you up Bear Ridge. It's down towards the Bear Creek Trail river crossing, about a tenth of a mile down from that intersection. And we're going to where? What are we trying to get to
Well, Meadow Pass trailhead or the Lake Edison
today?
camp area within a mile of, within that mile.
Yeah. So that's the plan. The weather is beautiful. It was clear.
It's gorgeous.
44 degrees this morning.
48.
48
tent.
degrees. There you
In the
go.
tent.
48 in the tent. So we're ready to go. You ready to do it?
I am.
Let's do it. All right. There's the arrow pointing up to Silver Pass. That's the direction we're going. We've already been over Selden Pass. Did that the day before yesterday. Or, yeah, night before last. And there you can see where we camped out Bear Creek Trailhead, Bear Creek Cutoff Trailhead. It's down that way, about a tenth of a mile or so is where we camped out. Nice little campground down there. So, beginning of a new day. Heading up over Bear Ridge. Here we go. About a half hour in now into our hike up over Bear Ridge. And we're finally getting a little view of what Mr. Bear Ridge looks like. You can see it in the sunlight up there. About an hour and 45 minutes from now, we'll be at the top of that little baby. Here's the hiker's best friend. One of these little creeks. A nice little log rig somebody put in. Thank you very much. All right, we're getting closer to the top of Bear Ridge now. Trail's flattened out a little bit. A good place to take a pack break up here. It's a beautiful walk in the woods once you get up here too. All right, here we are finally at the top of Bear Ridge. The hardest part of our climbing day is over. Note that I did not say the hardest part of the day, because the trail always has something to say for the mileage that you hike, whether you're going up, down, or level. We did pretty good. 2 hours and 5 minutes to get up here. 2.3 miles, and you can add a 10th on there for where the campsite was. So 2.4 miles. And just to verify we're at the correct spot, there you go. Another sign that says Silver Pass, Selden Pass. We're going to be going in that direction right there when we get ready to leave. And it's pretty much, it's got a little bit up here to start with, but it levels out for about 2 miles, 2.5 miles, and then it goes pretty much straight down a bunch of switchbacks for 2.5 miles down to Lake Edison. And there is a Bear Ridge Trail head sign, which is right there. And if you wanted to hike down to Vermilion Valley today, you could go right down that way. And in about 5 or 6 hours, you could make it down to Vermilion Valley Resort. And the first beer's on them. You can see Kat and I made good use out of my Thermarest Z-Lite pad that I cut into. We do this just about every place we stop for a snack or for lunch. Break out the Thermarest Z-Lite and flop them on the ground up against a nice boulder or a tree. Have a little snack or lunch, and then when we're ready, hold them up and put them away and head off down the trail. So Kath and I have been hiking along Bear Ridge since we stopped for our pack break and snack break back there about 25 minutes ago. And this is what the trail's been like. Beautiful, level, minimal road furniture, just a perfect hiking path today. Now we've been into our descent out of top of Bear Ridge for about an hour, and we've been in the beginnings of the switchbacks there for about the last 15 minutes. And while they're not serious step ups and step downs, there's a lot of little loose stuff on the trail, and so you have to be very judicious about your foot placement to make sure you don't end up getting hurt. Alright, here we are. There's the wall on the right. See the trail going down there. And there's basically looking straight down. There's Cap down there in the next switchback below me. And essentially from here on down, this is what the trail will be like. Wall on the left or right, depending on which direction you're going in the switchback. And basically straight down on the other side. Well, we just finished our third hour of ascent from Bear Ridge down to Lake Edison. We got, I'm thinking between 45 minutes and an hour to get down to the bottom. The severity of the trail is mediated a little bit. You can see it's kind of flattened out. A little more earth and a lot more ground cover. And finally, our descent from Bear Ridge down to Lake Edison is complete. We're at the river crossing just to the east of Lake Edison. And the Lake Edison campgrounds on the other side here of the bridge. Looking up to the east, and that's looking down to the west. And the water flows into Lake Edison. It's pretty, isn't it? Having some lunch. Silver Pass is right up that trail right there. So is Meadow Pass. Selden we've already been to, back across the bridge. Lake Edison Ferry is down that way. Yeah, about right up there. Okay, so we got to the Meadow Pass trailhead, the junction in the JMT, here about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And we started looking around for a campsite. I don't know whether you can see up there in the hill from this distance, but there's a big sequoia or some kind of gigantic California tree on the top of that big rock there. And I climbed up there and we found a little spot. Not a very big spot, but it's big enough for our little tent. You can see our tent set up there. Pretty picturesque. You can see the canyon walls there. We'll be going over Silver Pass tomorrow morning. Well, actually probably around noon, 1 o'clock. And camping out tomorrow night around Squaw Lake. So another 7.5 mile day uphill, except for after we get to Silver Pass, then it's downhill to Squaw Lake, about a mile and a half. So let me show you how our little abode. Let me scramble up this little slope here. Go. Camp Goodrich at the Meadow Pass Trailhead Junction on the JMT.
Due to Cass' injury in 2017, Meadow Pass is the farthest we have ever been northbound on the JMT. So tonight will be our first night into unknown territory. As if to emphasize that fact, we have a night that includes mysterious flashing lights. And whispering. Late arriving hikers, covert military ops, ancient aliens. You be the judge.
All right, Kath and I are getting ready for a morning brief. Once again, we're perched about 50 feet above Meadow Pass Trail Junction on the JMT. So this beautiful tree we camped out underneath last night. There's our little camp spot right there. And looking back down towards signpost there at the intersection of Meadow Pass Trail and the JMT. We had the first night in the unknown because Kath and I hadn't been past this point because of Kath's injury last year. But our first night in the unknown was very mysterious. About 8:41, long after the sun had gone down, we saw some mystery headlamps down there at the intersection. There was a group of, I don't know how many, and a dog wandering around in the dark down there. Some of them had their red headlamps on, some of them had their white headlamps on. And not to make too big of a deal about it, but you know, you never know what the government's up to. Could be some anti-terrorism training going on with red and white headlamps and a dog. So mystery at the Meadow Pass trailhead and the JMT. Ooh. All right, here it is. We're actually day number 29 in the wilderness.
Phew.
And 25, think about it, 29 days in the wilderness.
That's
Tomorrow
a long
will be
time.
30 days in the wilderness,
There
honey.
you go, I know.
29 in the wilderness, actually 25 on the JMT portion of our adventure. And we camped out last night at the Meadow Pass Junction on the John Muir Trail. Kath and I are standing at our campsite, which is about 50 feet above the trail, looking back towards the Meadow Pass Junction back there. And what's our game plan for today, honey?
We are going over Silver Pass and down north of Squaw Lake. So 5 miles up and about 2 miles down.
5 miles up and 2 miles down, and to give you some perspective, the first 1.3 miles is going to be a 700-foot elevation gain up to the Mott Lake Trail Junction on the JMT. Then it'll be 1 mile from Mott Lake Trail Junction up to the Silver Pass Creek spot, which is another 700 feet of elevation gain. And then from Silver Creek, or Silver Pass Creek, to Silver Pass is an additional 1,200 foot elevation gain over 2.6 miles. And then we can go downhill.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready?
We're ready.
You sure?
No.
Okay. Let's go do it.
We're
anyway.
ready. Okay.
All right. We're going to climb in about 10 minutes. And this is what the trail looks like. One step up after another. Moderate road furniture. And eventually, do a big ourselves to the top of that bluff. Alright, we're near the top of the climb to Silver Pass Creek. This beautiful meadow. Alright. Then we're proceeding on up here to the creek. Trail's kind of leveled out. Nice earthen path to walk on. Right here is the creek crossing at Silver Pass Creek, I believe. They don't have signs here to mark it. But I just went down and got a bag of water, and it's looking pretty pitiful right now. It's low snow year. I'm getting a lot of water. I got it from one of these little jetties here where you can see the water at least moving a little bit. And I noticed in the bag there, the filter bag, there's a little bit more grit in there because it's pretty doggone low. You can imagine when it's full, it would probably be running all over that granite slab there as it flows downstream. Four and a half hours on the trail, and we're finally getting an unobstructed view of Silver Pass. You can see it's the low spot up there, and it does look like there's some trees up there. So this will be only the third pass that we've actually had trees at the top of the pass. The other two were the first two we did, Cottonwood Pass and Gallo Pass. So if you ever come to Silver Pass, you come to this beautifully cleared area here, and what you think is the top of the pass right off the trail. This is not the top of the pass, nor is that area down to the left there of the trail, over there. That is not the top of the pass. The trail takes you on up. You can see Kath up there, but she's on the last set of switchbacks. The top of the pass is up on top of that ridge line that you can see right there. That's where Silver Pass is. Pass number 10, Silver Pass. Let's go the last 50 yards together. We conquered another one. That last 3/10 of a mile was pretty stout. I wanted to remind you that this is the JMT and that this is a pass. So I'm going to join Kath up on top of the hill and celebrate conquering Silver Pass. Breezy up here today, but nice. We'll look for it.
There isn't one.
So here we are looking northbound. You can actually see the trail. zigzagging down there. And somewhere down there is Squaw Lake. No. A beautiful day. Got a big lake or tarn there just to the left. Wow. I wonder if that's Warrior Lake over there. That might be Warrior. That would make that little puddle down there. No, they have to both be in the same side though. So I'm thinking that if that's Warrior Lake, then Squaw Lake's down in that little gully over there behind that outcrop in there where the trail goes. Honey, we made it.
We did.
Pass number 10.
Pass number 10.
Show me 10. All right, good. Let me get my pack off and let's take a couple pictures.
Okay.
Alright, Kath and I enter home in the sun on top of Silver Pass, 10,900 feet. And now we're descending. The big lake you see on the right over there is called Warrior Lake. We've actually got 4 lakes named up here for it. The Indian name Squaw Lake is another one. So one we're going to be going by just slightly to camp tonight. They've got a Lone Indian Lake, and there's one other one. Can't think of the name right now. But I'm going to follow the trail now. Warrior Lake is just above Squaw Lake, so we'll be able to see Squaw Lake once we get a little bit further down there. That bluff that sticks out there where the trail goes kind of blocks the view of Squaw Lake. I just noticed here as we're coming down off of Silver Pass, back up there, you've got some smoke there in the distance in that valley over there, slightly to the left of where Kath is walking right now. You can plainly see there's some kind of a fire going on there. Kath and I have decided we've had enough for the day. We're going to camp out here at Squaw Lake. Good plan. It's about 2 o'clock. It gives us a chance to get a little nap after we get the tent set up. We know there's plenty of water here. Camp spot, so works good, lasts a long time.
We don't know. We were looking at all the tents here and we thought, oh, there's a lot of people here. We'll keep going. There's another one a mile down.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
so.
A little bit further down. That's actually where we were going to try to get to, but we got at this point and we said, we had enough.
Right. Yeah.
We're retired. We're going to,
I got to look back at the map and see how Meadow Pass is, because I did see signs for Meadow Pass. But is that like what you do if you're on the trail and you don't do VVR? Like
no.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
I think Mono Trail or something like that. Yeah, Mono Trail.
Mono Trail goes over
We stayed at Mono
East
Trail
side.
Head.
right,
Yeah.
where the junction, where it
The
hits,
junction. Yeah.
where it hits, JMT there, just above.
So is Meadow Pass off the JMT?
Yes,
Yeah.
it goes over on the
Oh.
east side over there.
So you didn't do like Meadow Pass?
No,
I
no,
was
no,
thinking
no.
you guys were rock
Oh,
stars.
heavens no. Heavens no.
We were kind of chuckling about the trail on the way over to BVR because you go through the swamp,
Right.
through the mud,
Right.
through these rocks.
And then they
I
got
was
some
like,
nice boardwalk ways. It was
this
like,
is
oh,
a-
they knew we were coming.
They knew you were coming.
auspicious beginning
There
here.
you go.
So did you get your free beer? That's what I want to know.
We did.
Oh,
We
good.
did it.
It
We
was a
get off
good
the.
beer too.
Alaskan
Was it?
Amber.
Yeah?
It was. That was
They were
exactly.
really
So,
impressive
Ken,
selection of
Ken, what'd you have? That's what I want to know.
I had an IPA.
IPA.
Yeah.
All right, go.
General Sherman.
It was a General Sherman
Oh,
IPA. From,
awesome. How about the ladies? What'd the ladies end up with? Barb and
Alaskan Amber.
Mary Ellen? Alaskan Amber. I
Can
think
do
I might have
no
had one.
better.
Yeah. Mary
I
Ellen.
don't drink beer, but
Oh,
I
you
got
don't?
the kind that he likes. We gave it to him.
Oh, good. So he got 2 beers out of the deal.
Yeah.
That is a good deal.
They had really good food.
Yeah, they do.
Boy, they did have
Oh,
So
yeah.
you guys haven't stayed there before. You've just
Yeah,
heard.
we stayed there.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the one night.
Yeah.
When she got hurt, we spent the one night and then we got
Well, how
car
did you get,
service
I've been
in.
wondering that. How did you get off the trail when you got injured?
It was
You
it
just
was an
hobbled
exercise,
on?
yeah.
I hobbled until up to the ferry.
She didn't carry any pack. After she got hurt coming down Bear Ridge, I took the pack away from her when
Bear
we came.
Ridge
got hurt on
is where
Bear
it
Ridge?
happened.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not
We
even
hate Bear
surprised.
Ridge.
Yeah, we hate Bear Ridge
hate
again.
Bear
We hate Bear Ridge again this year.
It's worse than any pass. I mean, it's the worst.
It is.
Holy smokes.
Oh,
Now let me ask you this. When you're going down and you've got the wall on your left or right, depending on the switchback, and then it's like 80 feet down the
Yeah.
next switchback, and the trail is leaning
Leaning
down
way.
that
You don't
way.
even want to sneeze.
No,
I don't know how they keep it up year after year.
I don't
because you would
either.
think the snow would
eventually,
wash it.
yeah, we'll just run it completely off.
It was, yeah. That was
So-
pretty
I
precarious.
just didn't think about it.
Yeah, good.
Just walk.
That's
I know,
yeah.
Barb was ahead
Don't
of
think,
all of
Ethel.
us.
Don't
One
think.
foot in front of the other.
There you go.
That's right.
But we didn't know what it was really like. And then we're like, oh, we're just going down. It just went forever and ever and ever. And then looking on the map, it was like, oh, that was Bear.
Okay, for the context of my movie now, I'm going to start this by saying, here we were, Kath and I were having a perfectly quiet afternoon, relaxing at Squaw Lake, and who should show up to disturb our nap?
Yeah, but we can't. We don't want to hold them here forever.
Well, I know.